Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 1,200 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you. Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah, welcome to Drinking Bros, kids. Cheers, everyone. Having some Hard AF Seltzers here on the old Friday show that we record for Sunday nights. You're welcome. You're welcome out there. D'Anthony, Aaron Rodgers, RFK Jr., President, VP 2024. What say you? You all in?
Well, that's just, he's only one of the people on the short list. Do you want to hear the rest?
Is there more? Is this a fucking joke? I mean, is this a fucking joke at this point?
It's hard to tell, to be honest. Like, it really is. So, Jesse Ventura.
Come on. The Body? Jesse the Body Ventura's on
I was
there?
going to say no as the whole guy, but yeah. Tulsi Gabbard is on the list.
Well, you said that forever. So
yeah, that's what it'll be. Rand Paul, which is, there's absolutely no possibility that's going to happen. He
won't do that.
Andrew Yang, remember that?
Oh, yeah, the Yang gang, dude.
That dumb goober who's like, oh, you know what we should do is get people hooked on more government money.
Yep.
He's a fucking retard. Mike Rowe, who, by the way, politically is fucking eons away from what RFK Jr. is. So that is retarded as well. Tony Robbins.
No shit.
Who I think...
TR, dude.
Maybe just so Tony Robbins can crush his enemies with his giant fucking hands. Have you seen this guy's hands?
I've seen him in real life. He's fucking enormous, dude.
Bob, pull up a picture of Tony Robbins' hands.
He is fucking enormous, dude. His hands are enormous. His head is enormous. He's very close to Andre the Giant, in my opinion. He is a fucking enormous human being. When you see him in real life, it'll shock your mind how big this dude is, man.
Yeah. And then Tricia Lindsay, who is a civil rights attorney.
Look at that picture. His hands are bigger than his goddamn head, dude.
Seriously. Look at, and he's a big man.
He's huge.
He's like 6'5".
Dude, I was looking up to him like I was a fucking dwarf. Man, dude, that's wild. Tony Robbins is on his list?
Yeah.
I mean, you can mind fuck America into voting it for him, I guess, you know?
I guess, yeah. And I don't, Tricia Lindsay's running for New York State Senate.
Okay.
I think, or unless, yeah, she is. I've never heard of her before.
So what's the thinking here with all these fucks on this short list? That you're just trying to gain attention or media
it's just a popularity
coverage?
contest.
Okay.
Like, he's not a serious person. RFK Jr. is not a serious person.
No.
He was he was an attorney who sued for medical malpractice. So that's why he happened to be good on this one issue of COVID and vaccinations and shit, right? Because that's his wheelhouse. And every other way, he's a fucking dummy.
Yeah.
Like, everything he says is insane bullshit, right? That I don't know. So you should expect it to be a total circus.
I am now. I thought, maybe I'm dumb for thinking this. I thought he was kind of a serious candidate who was taking this seriously. These choices, though, are from an unserious person. Even to release these names and say, hey, this is who I'm thinking about, is fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean...
Tony Robbins and Aaron Rodgers are my running mates. Like, you're not serious about life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Robbins probably isn't the... I don't know. I don't know much about the guy, although I know people... I have friends who are friends with him, and they like and respect him a lot. But
they do.
That isn't...
Okay. I've never been able to figure it out with that guy, if it's a grift or what it is, if it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched a doc on him one time, and somebody brought me to one of his things, and I got to meet him a long time ago. And there is something magnetic to him. I will say this: when you're in the room, you're like, all right, this guy has this weird energy and charisma that he could definitely get everybody to drink the Kool-Aid. But I can't tell if he's a real person who believes it or is just trying to make the most amount of money in the world, you know? And I think there's a fine line where, I think Delco said this a while back, where eventually you become your own bit. And that's what I think Tony Robbins is, but I truly have no idea. I know people are inspired and, they love him.
Yeah, and it's, it's really one of over the last couple years, a turn that's happened that is just, it tickles me. It really does. Is that everyone takes Dr. Phil seriously now, like he's some kind of authority on shit. It's like, no, you were like a trash TV host, man. You're not a real doctor even.
Is he not a doctor?
No, man.
Hey, Bob, look that up. Is Dr. Phil, does he have a real doctorate degree? It's fake?
No, I said look fake.
Okay. Because
So Dr. Phil, a.k.a. Phil McGraw.
yeah.
Phil McGraw, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you fuck. Try that in a small town.
He has a PhD in clinical psychology.
Yes.
So he's a doctor.
He is a doctor, you fucking liar, dude. Take it back. 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 I'm taking all my medical advice from him.
He hasn't had a medical license since 2006.
He didn't need it anymore. When you accomplish so much like that, sometimes you have to walk away from it. You have to let it go.
I also
dude.
didn't realize he played college football.
Fuck off. Did he really?
At Midwestern State University.
No, at Tulsa.
Tulsa? Damn.
Not for long. He didn't get a degree from there.
No, he didn't. But he got a football scholarship to Tulsa and I guess played, but then transferred to get his psychology degree.
If you think I'm going to run a 15-yard out and get CTE the rest of my life, you got another thing coming.
I guess it really is in media just about like name recognition for the most part.
It is. By the way, did you hear Dr. Phil open up his own studios in Dallas? He's got a huge network that's about to launch right now. Look it up, Bob. He just signed somebody fairly big to host their own show. Oh, the guy from The fucking Bachelor, the host of The Bachelor is on there. He's going to have his own show. Chris Harrison, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, Phil's getting a lot of media play now.
Oh, for sure.
Thanks to Rogan.
Which
is funny because Rogan did a bit back in the day that just completely destroyed Dr. Phil.
Phil was also, he's making the rounds for some reason because he was also just on Bill Maher.
Yeah, he was on Bill Maher. He's been everywhere. And for that reason, by the way, Bob, this media venture is his. So this is his own version of Harpo Productions that's Oprah created. And he's got a huge studio down there in Dallas. So he's running everything out of Dallas, and it just opened up. And he's signing a bunch of people over there. Maybe we can meet with Dr. Phil, and he can kind of figure shit out for us.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like an all right dude. He doesn't say stuff that's super objectionable or stupid most of the time. So who knows?
And going back to what you said about Rogan making fun of him and all that shit.
For years, he made fun of him.
Yes.
And one of Rogan's biggest stand-up specials, he fucking went on like a 10-minute tirade against him. And now they're friends or whatever.
Well, here's why. The beauty of Dr. Phil is behind the scenes. He's in on the bit, and he loves comedy. He doesn't mind the jokes, and he doesn't mind any of it. And I heard he fucking parties. So, Bob, look this up. This is going to be real specific today. He had a house that was for sale, and I think he was owned by like Gene Simmons or something like that before him. And it was like this crazy fucking medieval house that he sold in Hollywood.
Yeah. Dr. Phil lists bonkers Beverly Hills mansion.
That's it. Pull up the pictures from this fucking thing, dude. It's bananas.
This is like the entryway or something. I don't even know what this is.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Look at this fucking place.
The stairway of snakes.
He's got a bar too. Look at that bar.
And then Dan, if you'll notice the
guns,
firearms in the background.
Dude.
Well, he's a Texas boy, so that's not surprising.
But I mean, look at that display case back there. I mean, would you in a million years have pictured this was the inside of Dr. Phil's house?
I mean, it looks like a Persian hunting lodge.
It's awesome.
That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, I mean, he's a rich dude. So
I would have thought Jared would have done this.
He might still, right? This time.
Yeah. He
definitely is building a gun case or a gun room right now. Yeah, I just think it's really funny. The turn, when I say the turn, he's never changed. He's always been the same guy.
Yeah.
Right? That's not what I mean. I don't like, because we were talking on an earlier episode about the road to Damascus bullshit. That's not what I mean. I just mean it's funny that a dude that's been, he's like the reverse Jerry Springer. Right?
Yes.
He did trash TV for a while, and now he's getting serious. Jerry Springer, for those of you that don't remember, was the mayor of Cincinnati. He was the mayor of a major U.S. city.
Yeah.
And then he got arrested. I don't remember what it was for. What was it?
A check to a prostitute.
Oh, he wrote a personal check
He
to a
wrote
hooker.
a personal check to a prostitute.
Yeah.
And I believe it was from the campaign or something like that. Bob, go through the rest of this house. There's some other wild shit in here.
I like it that we're taking, like, it's like Maury Povich is going to run for governor.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Or I mean, Dr. Oz in the last election.
I know.
Like, what qualifies him to do anything?
Little
He's a
sex
doctor.
swing right there.
Because here's the point I'm making is this is all fucking silly. Yeah. We live in the Hunger Games now, and this is the capital.
It's great. Show that sex swing at the door there from Dr. Phil's house. You tell me he doesn't fuck? Dr. Phil fucks.
That's just an egg chair. That's not a sex swing.
Zoom in. Is that a fucking clown painting on the wall
It's
there
like
with
a cat.
With a huge clown nose on it?
It says fuck.
No, it's a cat.
It says the cat has fuck written on its chest?
Yes.
Dr. Phil has no taste.
Dr. Phil parties, dude.
Who gave this man money?
This is the guy who fucking parties. This is what you should do with your money. This actually makes me like him more. Keep going through this fucking house. It's so goddamn wild. Look at how much neon there is.
There's like no rhyme or reason to anything.
Look at that. Look at that pool table.
Why do you need a rhyme or reason to be?
I like a theme. I like to stick to
The
a theme.
theme is rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
The theme, it's. Have you ever been to a hunting lodge before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Yeah,
Like a real hunting
real
lodge,
one, yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's some things that clash with that.
This looks like a fucking Persian dude got into hunting.
On acid. Oh, look at how much.
That's what it looks like to me.
What's lit up in that case there to the
Wine.
left? Wine. Look at that. Dan, you would love this place.
What are those dolls in
It's
the
a
back?
Batman and Joker, but they're like mice or something.
I think I'm gonna have to make friends with this
I
guy.
know, dude. He fucking parties.
Wait, does he
bro.
still own this place?
No, he sold it.
Ah, well, who owns it now? That's who I need to be talking to.
Well, I'm sure they changed it. I don't know if this decor came. Maybe the guy asked for it furnished. But keep going through these photos.
Can you imagine you're the fucking real estate agent and the people are looking at it and they're like, don't change a thing.
Nothing.
Right.
It's perfect.
Ask him how much for everything.
I mean, look at this. If it's going to
well,
be
that's just a
Hunting
cloud
Lodge,
couch.
That's
stick
the,
with the hunting
I
lodge.
love a cloud.
Yeah, they're
couch, though.
nice.
He
For
has-
media rooms, it's the best because all
Fuck
that's there's the L-shaped fucking sectional, but all those things in the middle, those 3 or 4 different things in the middle, all pop out. It's fucking done. It's the best. If you've got a big media room, that's the best thing to have in there.
This
so
like
great.
little doll on the right has a Dr. Phil mustache.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know if that's like an anime thing. What is that?
If you were rich enough, though, wouldn't you paint your own mustache onto a cat if you could?
I would have slaves. And they would look just like, remember when the fucking bum fights guy? Bob, pull that up. I would have servants, not slaves, obviously, because that's not legal anymore.
Well, it's just the term.
Yeah, but I would have.
You would call
I
them
would have a
servants.
staff, and they would all be forced to look like me. If I had such a distinct look, like I think Chuck Liddell should do that. He should hire people, and they all look like many Chuck Liddells. You know how fucking confusing that would be for people. Like if you were the Amazon driver in Chuck's neighborhood in L.A., right? And you just drove to his house, was like knocked on the door and to hand him, so he's got a sign for it, and it's a guy that's obviously 25 years old, but he looks exactly like Chuck. You're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, that'd be great. Look at this guy. Is you popping up on screen? He walked out like this, and Dr. Phil was stunned.
Yeah, is there video? I don't know.
There
if we
is.
I don't know if we can play
we
it
on
'cause
YouTube
we're on
today?
YouTube.
We can't
yeah.
play it on YouTube, but there is video. I've seen it. It's so fucking funny. But go through the rest of that house, Bob, because it gets wilder down there.
I actually
is that where it
that's
cuts
I
off
think.
down there?
Yeah.
But looking through these photos here, Dr. Phil clearly parties, fucks, and has a good time being Dr. Phil.
I mean, based on what I'm seeing, there's some psychotropic drugs involved.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think is that a Ring camera or a
It's
ring light.
So this room appears to be Star Wars themed. You've got Vader, the weird
Oh,
Vader
shit.
painting.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan's little saying, "Hello there."
Yeah, but
Did
what's
he
that doll
buy
on the
like
right?
this?
No, you got to decorate that. I think Gene Simmons owned it before him, so maybe partially a lot of this was Gene Simmons.
But
Not
how?
the stuff? The stuff is Dr. Phil's.
Yeah.
Well, it is now because he bought
Now,
it.
yeah.
So, like, I don't know how long can you leave the room looking like that before it becomes your problem?
I don't
You
know.
what I mean?
But he
Once
used
you
to,
purchase
his
it.
studio was right by my house. So I used to see him like fucking 4 days a week driving out. He drove this Corvette that said Dr. Phil. It had a vanity plate that said Dr. Phil. So like that's everything you're seeing is him, dude, in real life. And I kind of like it. He kind of reminds me of the doctor version of Guy Fieri, where you're just leaning into it. And I enjoy that about
I
him.
bet he's got a hog on him too.
Oh, I bet you he does.
To go bald that early and to stick with it, and then also grow a mustache.
Yep.
I feel like he's probably got a hog on him. That's like there's some confidence behind that whole look.
Because he never shaved the rest of it. Like he's kept that bozo ring forever. I agree with you. You only keep a bozo ring your entire life if you've got a fucking huge penis
Yep.
and you're rich.
A huge Texas penis.
I don't know. This looks like a guy who doesn't make a single sound when he's having sex.
Oh,
Like he's just quietly.
Was that him in college?
Yeah, that's him in college.
What a beast.
Man, that hairline is already retreating rapidly.
know.
He's 19 years old right there.
Man, he looks like he's 35 in that picture.
Well, people did back then, though.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. I mean, I know a bunch of people who know and work with him. Some friends of mine have been on his show and shit over the years.
Really? What'd they say?
They said he was awesome.
Okay.
He was fucking funny and
Cool.
talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Didn't mind if you talk shit, but he would engage with you. I mean, I don't know. Seems all right. Of all the fucking, like, I heard Maury Povich is super dope too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, when you talk about net contribution to society, I think maybe Phil's got some work to do to make up for the sins of the past. You know what I mean?
I think he's good.
It's like the way they parodied him with Cartman on South Park. Like, I do what I want or whatever. That's pretty much what that show was for a pretty good while. So yeah, I think maybe he's trying to buy his way into heaven now.
Well,
Which, look, we all make mistakes.
we sure
I
do.
guess.
We sure do.
not
I'm
all
not
of
going
us-
to judge him.
Not all of us make a career out of those mistakes, but
No. But I think this commercial was a mistake that popped up here.
no, this is
the other
great.
day.
So
this is fucking nuts.
I don't
bro.
know what you know about marketing, right? But big events, evergreen stuff that people will quote unquote never forget, for example, are really good devices to use in marketing. So this Indian company that makes concrete made this advertisement, and it's basically saying the World Trade Center concrete had it been made from Indian concrete, or the World Trade Center had it been made from Indian concrete, it'd have been fine. And then they made a little animation to support that fact.
They sure did. Go ahead and play this here, Bob, for the people. Is there volume on the thing?
Yeah, there's definitely volume.
All right, play it. Oh my God.
నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ ప్రతి సౌదంలో మనగాడై నిలుస్తుంది.
So for the audio listeners, it's a plane that looks like it's crashing into the World Trade Center towers, bouncing off perfectly, and then taking a right-hand turn and getting away from the building.
Yeah, I mean, what company made the plane? Because Boeing can't keep theirs in the air right now.
No.
I don't care how durable the concrete is. It should cause the plane some issues, and it isn't. So I'm curious about that.
I am too. Boeing just had another issue the other day here. I mean, that's 5 in 1 week in the past week for these fucking guys. On another United flight, by the way. So looking forward to that.
Now, to be fair, India has a long history of really not giving a shit about anything. This is a Hitler-themed restaurant.
No way. Oh, look at that. It's called the Hitler Cross. That's fun. What kind of food is it, Bob? German?
You would imagine so.
But what if it's bagels and lox?
Could you imagine?
Be funny to me.
Let's see the real sign. Is that a real fucking restaurant?
Yeah, schnitzel and potato pancakes.
Where is it?
It was somewhere in India. I just remember seeing this a while back. I'll look up some details about it.
I mean, they've got the fucking swastika on that goddamn thing, dude.
India's shameless.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Well, who's
Wow.
going to do something?
There's a lot of people going in and out of that restaurant. The food must be good.
Within the next 5 years, India will be the largest by population country on Earth. It'll surpass China pretty soon.
Not shocking. Is there gas stoves in there, Bob?
I mean, they're also going to reclaim their symbol, right?
Take it back.
It's a Hindu symbol.
Yeah, take it back. Was it really a Hindu symbol before? All right. I'm glad you glossed over that gas joke too.
I wanted to let it sit.
Does it still exist? This thing, or do they tear this down?
It's called the Cross Cafe now.
Well, no, you let the gas joke linger. Not sit.
There it is. Nailed it. Good for them, though. Good for them. I saw a fucked up story. I don't know if you can pull this up, dude. This one, man. This one kept me up last night, and I hate it. And I don't know who allowed them to do this or whatever. There was a guy who had fucking polio, and they kept him inside of an iron lung for years. Show this footage here. This is fucked. Absolutely fucked.
Is this why our insurance premiums are so high?
I guess, man. I don't know what happens here. So
His name is Polio Paul.
they're calling him Polio Paul.
For alliteration's sake, right?
Yes. Yeah. So he spent 72 years inside of an iron lung, and then he died.
Oh, it's 72. I thought it was 70. So he was 6 when he got polio, and he's
Yes.
just been in this thing the whole
For
time?
72 years. And he died at the age of 78 yesterday. And, oh, God. There you go. That's the guy.
Well, now, what do you think he's doing with his hands in there?
Pull up the article in the New York Post because they've got video of him inside talking. I didn't press play. I want to hear him talk.
I just take it in.
I can't. I don't want to keep staring at the guy. I want to hear him talk and shit.
Why is there a plate with a fork and knife on it?
They're feeding him. They've got to somebody. Look, he doesn't have.
I thought they just cruelly left it there for him.
He doesn't have arms or legs, and so somebody has to feed and do all this stuff for him every single day. In this,
He has arms and legs.
I know, I understand that, but why does he have to live inside of that fucking thing?
To live.
Or he dies
I think
outside of
once
it?
you get dependent on it, you're stuck with it, essentially.
God damn it, man. Why would you want to live 72 years in that fucking thing? It's just a head. Just a fucking head. And what would you do all day long, man?
Well, you can't see his hands. My guess is...
Can you jack off with polio?
Oh, yeah. My guess is it fucks your legs up, not your arms, bud. So my guess is the inside of that chamber looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Oh, God.
There's the splattered semen everywhere.
Well, honestly,
Jesus
at this point,
Christ.
it might just be a metal Twinkie.
There's probably stalactites and stalagmites now, right?
Yeah.
You would think.
All right, there's the video. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, he's got-
So I haven't heard this. Oh, God. Play it. Play it.
My name is Paul Alexander, but they call me the man in the iron lung.
Oh, my God.
Get a better skincare routine, my guy.
Oh, he's got polio. Paralyzed from the neck down after contracting polio at age 6. Was restricted to a massive iron lung in order to breathe. The machine was invented in 1928 and has not been manufactured since the... Oh, that's why. They've never made another one since 1960s.
Yeah, the polio vaccine kind of negated a need for it.
Oh, they fucking shave him every day, too? Let him grow a beard.
Well, they might have to bring
Fuck.
it back with all these moms taking their kids off the polio vaccine.
God.
I don't
damn
think
it.
we still get polio vaccines.
Wait,
do we?
hang on. This is an
think- pretty sure we
organizer. An organizer of a GoFundMe originally set up to pay for his medical expenses. Why? That looks like he's already been paid for here. I mean, who's paying for that? The rest of his... Who paid for 76 years for this guy to live in a fucking iron tube?
I think he might have been doing all right because I just want to read this quote from the article.
Okay.
That is the most 2024 sentence I've ever read.
Oh, boy.
A cause of death has not been officially disclosed, but Alexander was hospitalized late last month after testing positive for COVID-19, according to his social media manager.
Come on, man. Come the fuck on. And who is this social media man? How do you have... You live in a fucking iron tube where you can't move. It's just your head outside of a giant fucking tube. Who called him and was just like, man, get me Polio Paul on the phone. I want to rep all of his socials. He can't do anything. It's just his head,
He has
man.
338,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding?
Not anymore, bitch. It's over.
Oh, here we go. He answers a lot of questions, like this important one.
All
Hey,
right.
Paul, if you don't mind me asking, how do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, let's hear it.
boy,
Let's hear the answer.
I want to watch.
So do I.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Want to go to the bathroom, Paul?
Going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I think I'll probably do.
So when that happens,
What do you do?
What do you do when that happens, she's saying?
unlock the alarm, and then he uses a urinal,
No way.
a bedpan, and leave it. Just like he would be if he was in the hospital, but he's at his home.
Okay, press pause, Bob.
This is the worst shit I've ever seen.
This is what haunted my fucking dreams last night. So what he was saying in his answer was, because obviously he's in a fucking iron lung, and it's hard to hear because this thing's pumping oxygen in there, is that she unlocks the iron lung for him to get out and piss, and then for shits, they put a bedpan in there, and then she changes it. So who is this woman to him then? Because when you go in there at 6, it's not as if you've got a wife at that point.
Right, it has to be like a sister or something, right?
Oh, God. But would you want to do that the rest of your life? Hey, I got to go take care of my brother, Polio Paul, every fucking day?
I don't know. People buy dogs, walk around after them, and pick their shit up.
Yeah.
Why not your boy Paul? Maybe he's fucking funny.
No. There
No.
was no comedy in that bit right there.
How much is he getting paid off these socials?
Hey, now that they're maybe he died because they're banning TikTok, and he was just like, fuck it. I got nothing else to live for.
Dude, he only has like 10 videos, and he's got 338,000 followers.
You know, Bob, it's hard to do a bunch of fun dances when you're locked inside of an iron lung and it's just your head that is peeking out the top of it. One would imagine he can't come up with that much creative content, and I'm using heavy
Here's
air
a video
quotes
he
on
did
that.
about Gaza.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, God. That would have been the best, dude, if he's given commentary on the world.
Here's what
Ceasefire.
Yeah.
Ceasefire.
the pro-Palestine people should fucking protest his funeral. Just kick his iron lung over.
Do you just roll him down the thing, down the hill into a fucking grave?
Yeah.
Bring everyone together, too. Bring, Westboro Baptist
Yeah,
Church.
Yeah.
You just know you launch him towards Jerusalem and let the Iron Dome take out the iron lung. Why not? Go meta with it.
Yeah.
This isn't even the dumbest shit I've seen today, by the way.
Come on. This was awful when I saw this last night. Awful.
It's cringy. It's weird. Like, it's fucking...
Would you want to do this?
No,
though?
kill yourself.
Yes, kill yourself.
Like, I mean, you know, if I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've never had a terminal disease.
Yet.
Although, is it a terminal disease when you can live with it for 70 fucking years?
No.
I mean, life is a terminal disease in that case, right?
Yeah. 72
Bob,
years living that thing.
Go to NYC Mayor on Twitter.
No.
I want you to see something.
Okay.
Just like this dude, like de Blasio was dumb. Remember him stuffing French fries in his mouth? Like, oh, delicious. I'm going to fucking get French fries.
Yeah.
Get a COVID shot. He's a weirdo, fucking dummy, or whatever. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen any mayor of New York say in my entire life. It is the one about Port-au-Prince. Bob,
Okay.
it's all text. There's no...
Okay.
Is it on his personal account?
No,
Yeah,
it's on
yeah, yeah.
NYC Mayor.
NYC Mayor.
We call New York City the Port-au-Prince of America. We feel the pain of our Haitian neighbors. Feel as the situation grows dire. To the people of Haiti and our own Haitian community here in New York City, know that we stand with you today and always.
Now, you've lived in New York.
Oh, sure have.
I've spent quite a bit of time there myself. I have lots of friends who currently live in New York. I have never in my life heard New York City referred to as the anything of America.
Nope.
Because it's the best city in the fucking world, or it was until recently.
Yeah.
Certainly nobody's ever said New York City is the Port-au-Prince of America. What the fuck does that even mean?
Holy shit, dude.
I mean, that's legendary. That's legendary. Like, I don't know. He should retire now because you can't do any better than that.
Port-au-Prince is the capital of Haiti, but I guess he's maybe saying this is the capital of the U.S. I don't know.
Port-au-Prince is a
my
fucking
God,
shithole.
dude. It's a shithole. Haiti is a fucking shithole. We're seeing it now. Grab a tire, okay? Roll it down the street and have some fun, some laughs there. What a fucking moron, dude. I mean, just light the city on fire at this point.
I enjoyed it. I got to be honest. Like, if we're going to do this, let's fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's go full retard on everything we've got going on.
Nothing
Like,
seems real.
And that at least people will know. Like, it'll save a lot of time. People will know not to take anything seriously.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't take any of this seriously. Like, why go out of your way to even tweet this? Is there Haitians in New York City? Yes, there is. Is it your entire population? No. And there's no reason to compare it to that. The other thing, too, Eric, is you got a migrant problem right now. You're pretty much just inviting all those Haitians who are about to flee that fucking place right up to your city, homeboy. Because I guarantee you, wheelchair will put them on a fucking bus and drop them off in Times Square. Just for saying this fucking comment.
Do you remember those little army men back in the day, the plastic green ones?
Yeah, love them.
With the little parachute on them?
Kids still love them.
I think this is what we should be doing in Texas, right? Who's laughing back there? I haven't even gotten to the fucking joke yet.
Oh, it'd be great.
Actually, as you were saying that, Dan pulled out a little green army man.
Oh, shit, you got one. There it is right there.
From our wrist
so you
board.
remember the ones that you could put the parachute on and you ball it up and you throw
my
it?
kids still love them, yeah.
We just set up camps, FEMA camps, right, at the border, and everybody gets a parachute. And they stand in line like they're at fucking Six Flags or some shit, and they walk up to a large platform, right?
Yeah.
And it just catapults them into a different state. You parachute, you land wherever the fuck you want, right?
And then you're there.
That's it. That's it for you.
Wherever you land is where you are.
And if you're in Oklahoma or Louisiana or Missouri or Arkansas or any of these close states around here and you don't like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just build your own catapult.
That's all you got to do.
Catch them out of the air
Yeah.
and then put them on your catapult and keep launching them until they get to Canada.
And then we're all done with them there. I think that's the only thing we can do here because that Haiti sitch, by the way, you know those fuckers are going to try to get into the U.S., half the goddamn country. I mean, people are just walking through the streets, eating people and firing off guns. So, like, yeah, dude, half that country's trying to get the fuck out of there right now. Yeah, they're coming to a city near you. I can guarantee that. Very, very soon. If you love Haiti, Eric, well, they'll be there. They'll be there soon enough. Holy shit. Did we ever get Coney, by the way? Coney 2012, did we ever do?
I think the
that thing?
story is he died somewhere during some kind of fucking military operation, but I've never seen any evidence of that.
I haven't either.
He is listed as still alive.
Really?
The word on the street from the intel community is he's dead.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything because they say bin Laden's dead too, and he's not. I saw him at a coffee shop the other day.
Yeah, you did. You saw him at a local place because he supports local. It wasn't at a Starbucks or a Black Rifle Coffee.
No, he thinks globally, but
yeah, but he's
acts
drinking
locally,
locally.
yeah.
What's that coffee shop up by us, Bob? Moon
Mazama?
Tower. Yeah. What's it called?
Mazama's in downtown Drip.
That's it. Yeah.
Summer Moon.
Summer Moon. Yeah.
Closer to you, yeah.
And I think that's because they're pricey over there at Summer Moon. So I think he would be there. You know, I think he's got an element of class to him. So pinky up, you know, as he's drinking over there. I see him as a tea guy too, not necessarily coffee.
yeah.
Bin Laden.
Another thing to keep an eye on is the Japanese.
Why?
So they have this company, Space One. It's a competitor to what is it, Blue Horizon?
Oh yeah, yeah.
SpaceX.
Yeah.
They tried to launch yesterday their Kairos rocket, 59-foot, 4-stage rocket. It blew up, but they're coming for us.
You think so?
Right? Yeah.
What do they want to do?
Get us back, man. We fucking
for Oppenheimer?
yeah, we nuked them twice.
Finish the
And then we nuked them twice, and then we made movies about it.
We sure did. That won Best Picture. It was the Best Picture winner.
Yeah.
And I'm amped about that. It's playing there right now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's in Oppenheimer's in theaters. I don't know how it's doing. Is there a box office for Japan? Bob, can you look that up and see if there's a box office number for how well it's doing over there?
I wonder if they played it in China because China hates Japan.
Yeah,
with
you think it
good
would
reason,
rush.
by the way. Now, they should probably at this point let it go.
Right.
Because it's been a while since Imperial Japan was even a thing. But Japan fucked up the rest of Asia, like for a while, for 1,000 years.
Jesus Christ.
They whipped their ass. Like they were fucking some of the most heinous and brutal, like the shit that, like the Trail of Tears and some of the other bullshit that's gone on here. Even the Holocaust. I mean, I wouldn't say it pales in comparison, but the Japanese were fucking brutal. I mean, it's more like Aztec culture, like mutilating people, cutting their heads off, fucking all kinds of crazy bullshit.
It was, we talk about it on South Korea all the time. They were probably every bit as evil, if not more so, than the Nazis were.
Yeah.
But the Nazis, they get credit for two things, in my opinion, that puts them over, for us, over the top. One, they're killing white people, which is more interesting to us than Asians killing Asians.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't kill white people.
And the other thing was the Japanese, like Dan said, like they were like Aztec or Mongolian, like they did it the old way. They kind of just were old way brutal. The Germans were like...
Maybe it seems less savage because of the technology. That's not a bad point.
The Germans were so dystopian in doing it that it was more jarring.
The Germans wanted to be efficient about killing people. I don't think the Mongols or the Aztecs for sure. They had a 4-day period. That fucking temple in Mexico City, they sacrificed like 80,000 people in 4 days. Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy shit, indeed, right?
God
but it was
damn.
like, I think the brutality of it, it's almost like comparing World War I to World War II, right? Yeah. The technological increase makes it seem less brutal than it was.
Yeah.
But it's the deaths are the same, I guess.
Japanese generals had competitions with how many heads they could take with the sword.
Was it one fail swoop, or did you have to keep chopping?
Decapitate. So they had...
Well, if you're good at it, it's one swoop.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to miss and be like, shit, I got to take another swing. at this.
Early war, no bullshit. We did an episode on this, didn't we? Early war in Japan, no bullshit. They had a Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire-esque daily newspaper update of who got more heads the day before.
No shit.
Yeah, between these two dudes.
You can't be mad at it, you know? If you're going for records, like...
Yeah, saved war.
Yeah, you got to be the best at what you do every day.
I mean, yeah. I would say this: if you ever have anyone tell you that Japan was undeserving of being nuked or whatever, just have them Wikipedia the Manila Massacre, and that's all you need to read.
Okay, I'm all in on that, dude.
How hard should I expect to get?
Yeah,
You vary.
I mean, what?
Because I'm getting boned up already.
Is it going to pop through the skin? Like, what are we looking at here?
I mean, if your taste is what I'm imagining, you're gonna
What was
fill
it
up
like?
an iron lung
Shish
with fucking
kebab
cum.
toddlers and all that fun stuff.
Oh, okay.
cutting off boobs while you have sex with women, type of thing.
God damn it! And you're still able to come?
Yeah, they didn't have a problem.
Shit, I'd have a problem with that. Yeah, would you wrap up your dick in an iron lung then?
Wrap it up with what?
I mean, put the iron lung over it, to preserve it. If
Oh,
dick was
you mean like a
dying.
hyperbaric chamber for your cock?
Yeah. If it was dying, like let's say you got,
Well, if it
you
would
got
help,
too
yeah.
erect, bone goes to the skin, and then you had to put an iron lung on.
Well,
it
I already
just to
do.
Save it.
I already do cupping. I get hard and I start fucking suctioning, whatever the fuck that thing is, all over my dick.
Sure, you put.
Then
that down
I'll do acupuncture, right?
You have to.
But for that you don't necessarily need to be hard. It does help, I'll say.
But if it doesn't work, you might as well cut it off and serve it to a couple people to eat.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
before you do that, use Manscaped. Get
sure
the hair
do.
off. We learned that on Wednesday.
Yeah, we learned that on the last week's episode there. I want to ask you about this fucking Gallup poll that just came out. It says nearly 30% of Gen Z women identify as LGBTQ. God damn, is that real?
It's never a good idea to pay attention to anybody that says they identify as something.
Yeah.
That's not a serious person. You can just move along from that. So what they should have said is that 30% of these women are fucking morons, and then just end it right there. That should be the entire article.
Or is it, I mean, is it,
one sentence.
if you're just hooking up with chicks for funsies here and there, is that?
That's not even part of it. It's not a behavioral thing anymore. It's not. It has nothing to do with that.
It's your thinking?
No, it's not even. I guess, yeah, but it's more like just like, what words do I have to say to get myself into this affected class so I can get some social currency? That's all it is.
So I have a friend who is gay, and she has said many times to me that she thinks it's like the new goth or emo.
Oh, where you're just doing it to do it?
Yeah. You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm different, man. I'm not like everyone else. I'm fucking queer.
And then does your friend say, well, let me lick your pussy and find out?
Yeah,
That's
and
what
then
I
they're
would
like,
say.
well, hold on a minute.
Whoa.
I don't think most of these people are real anyway. There's a study that came out a couple of years ago that like 30 to 50% of the population doesn't have an inner monologue.
What's that mean? You don't have thoughts?
You don't have thoughts?
They just can't they don't have a voice inside their head.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've got too many voices inside my head.
They're fucking
demons, is what I
fucking
call them.
droids, though. Like
Demons.
they don't have an original thought inside their head. They have to
Probably
speak
not.
Loud.
Yeah. I mean, look, this was in NBC News. This is the percentage of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer adults in the U.S. continues to increase, reaching an all-time high of 7.6% in 2023.
Queer doesn't even mean anything, though. Like it doesn't really mean anything. All it means is what the word means, which is abnormal in some way. So you could just think of yourself as either sex, gender, or sexually abnormal in some way. Like, oh, I'm kind of unique in this way, and that literally, by these people's definition, makes you queer.
Yeah, because
it's retarded.
This goes on to say almost 30% of Gen Z women identify as LGBTQ, mostly as bisexual. That's where a lot of the growth seems to be happening.
Look, if more women are bisexual now, then great.
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining about that.
Sure aren't.
As a matter of fact, we have a conversation about that this morning where somebody's, it was a story about a guy's girlfriend or something, Bob. What happened?
So a guy came home and found his girlfriend getting down with her best friend, who was a lady.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, I got to start penetrating you both. But he did it with a knife 50 times.
Well, that's not great. I thought it was going to be a fun story, Bob, when he said he was going to penetrate both of them.
Yeah, well, he did, but he did it wrong.
Would that make you angry? I would not.
No.
No. I think we've all been involved in those.
Even if it did, not enough for jail.
No, I think we've all been involved in those sitches, and every single time I was not mad at it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not mad at it going down.
That's really bizarre to me, to be honest. Man. Like, I don't get it.
I'm with Delco on this. I think everybody wants to have this group or this thing that says I'm special or I'm different, and you're not. And again, if you come up to me and say that, I would challenge you to eat pussy in front of me. Like, I want to see that, and then I'll believe you. And then also suck dick. If it's mostly bisexual, like, great. Go down on your friend and then suck my dick.
I mean, at least ask a couple questions first, right?
Yeah.
It's like you walk in and you see your girlfriend or wife fucking a girl. They're scissoring or whatever people do. I have no idea what these people do. Ask a couple questions first. Mm-hmm. Get to the root. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, hey, can I still be involved in this?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, then put your knife and gun away.
Yeah.
Because you just won the goddamn lottery. Right? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Like, how did the girl not play this off right, though? Like, oh, yeah, this is for you, too.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm doing this for you, Paul, or whatever the name is. Sorry that I'm going back to Polio Paul.
We got started early.
Yeah.
We're warming up for ourselves for you.
Couldn't wait till you got there. Don't really understand that at all. Where was this at?
It was in like Arkansas or something stupid like that.
Christ. I was just going to say Arkansas. Every time I say something negative about Arkansas, I get like 3 or 4 listeners. They're like, man, Arkansas is a great state. I was like, yeah, okay. Okay. Man, that's fucking crazy. By the way, did you hear Christina Bobb join the RNC? Is that true? Can you confirm that?
Yep.
Really? No shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, she's like their head of election security, I believe.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Something like that. I think that's the title. The title is something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is.
She's a great person in real life, so I root for her. She rocks, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. Speaking of the election coming up here, this is not going to fucking fly, I can tell you this. Former White House foreign press chief says that Biden's media handlers must let Joe be Joe out there and to beat Donald Trump. No. I wouldn't let him say 2 goddamn words if I were him. That's the worst advice of all time.
Yeah. I mean, what does that mean? Like pump him full of drugs again?
No. So he got mouthy not mouthy. I mean, it's just him. He got mouthy the other day where they were like, what's the secret to your marriage and with Jill and everything? He says, good sex. And she was fucking pissed off about it, obviously. But he's a dirtbag. He sniffs kids and all that other shit. Like, yeah. I mean, what would you expect you were going to get out of him, you know? It's like, was I shocked when Trump said you can grab him by the pussy? No, I wasn't, man. It's somebody who fucking parties, bro.
He does not party.
Well, maybe back in the day.
No.
Did he never drink? Never do drugs?
No, it's been all fucking diet pills.
God, could you imagine not drinking and doing drugs your entire life?
No.
What a boring life that would be.
Are you talking about Trump?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Biden drank. I don't know if he
Biden
still
did,
does.
yeah. But Trump.
I was
Yeah, I
shocked.
think you might be right. I don't think he has. His
He
entire
says he's
life.
never drank before. I mean, if you can believe him or not, I don't know. But
I do. I actually do believe it.
Yeah, I did too. Because I think it has something to do with his father, like
His
alcoholic
brother
father or something
died
like
of
that.
alcoholism.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, man, it would be a weird life not being able to drink or ever do drugs.
well, he's got the ability to do it. He just chooses not to for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because his dad died from whatever the fuck. And I guess, if it's pathological for you like that and you don't do it, even if later on it that kind of went away or whatever the fuck, or however you would say that, what, are you just going to start drinking in your 60s? Probably not, right? Like if you never developed a taste, like there's a lot of people who didn't drink as kids, like teenagers or whatever, and they just never develop a taste for it and don't drink, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's weird, but
Yeah, I do too, man. We keep getting tagged in these fucking posts, and you can pull up this photo, Bob. We keep getting tagged in these posts from White Claw. So White Claw is making an unalcoholic version of their hard seltzer, which is just seltzer at that point. So what the fuck are we doing? I mean, it's just seltzer water at that point. It should be, 30 cents here, and it comes in this purple case. So if you type in non-alcoholic White Claw there, you'll see what it is. And they were like, oh, it's got, no carbs and sugars and everything else. And you're like, cool.
it has no booze.
Nothing. It's got nothing in it. It's a purple case, Bob.
But Bud Light did it too. It's Bud
There
Light
it is.
Zero, right?
Right there.
Bud Zero or whatever.
Non-alcoholic drinks have become like kind of big in the last couple of years. Non-alcoholic beer, people are drinking a lot.
Where do you see that? Because I don't see this in real life.
I see it on social media. First off, if you've noticed in the booze sections, the non-alcoholic beers have like tripled. in
Yeah, I've
size.
Well,
seen a
I
lot
noticed
of
it during January, yeah. And when I was there, and I was like, but nobody's buying them. Like, I'm like, who is it?
because everyone in Hollywood's sober now.
I don't know, but it's like, I would just go and get a can of Waterloo. What's the difference, I guess?
This is just the new fad. That's all this is. Like you hear all these fucking trad dudes in in conservative media these days talking about this shit. Like, oh, you should stop. To be honest, the Proud Boys did this. Like, don't drink, don't jerk off. No porn, no booze. It was like, and it was kind of a fucking joke.
was a
to
joke,
be honest.
yeah.
Now there are people out there. It's like, oh, fucking, you shouldn't. Yeah, even, and a lot of it comes from Huberman because the data is correct that even like 3 drinks a week on a regular basis will have an effect on your health. There's no question about that. I'm not arguing against that science, but so will stress. Right, like you're gonna die from something.
Yeah,
and there are too many people that we've watched drink for fucking 80 years and be fine. So shut the fuck up,
No.
right? And if you like there's this sobriety kick going on now. I hate that. It's fucking dumb. If something has so much control over you that you can't be near it, then it still has control over you.
Yeah.
Right? Like you haven't solved the problem. That's why they always relapse. Always.
Mm-hmm. What were you going to say?
Hear me out.
Okay.
Hard AF non-alcoholic, it still has 4%.
That reminds me of this a joke from Parks and Rec. Ron
Child size stuff.
No. That was really funny though. A child size is 128. It's a gallon. Or no. I'm sorry. It's 5 gallons because it liquefied. It's the size of an average child. No, it's the one where Ron was doing the office barbecue in the park. And he's like, what do you have to drink? And he's like, beer. It's like, all right, what about the kids? He goes, put some water in the beer. Fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah, hard AF is 4%. Yeah, it's non-alcoholic.
Exactly. At 4%, it would be. Then we'd just be a high noon there at that point. And then Dollar Tree, dude. RIP to Dollar Tree. They're shutting down 1,000 stores here because of inflation. It's shit's no longer $1.
A Taco Bell
so
closed
people are
down in
pissed
Oakland
off.
too this week.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Well, they're closing down all the drive-throughs there. I'm sorry, the dining options. so you can only drive through it there. But nobody's going to Dollar Tree because most of the items are tree dollars now. Nailed it. But that sucks, man, for all those people out there who love the Dollar Tree. I used to roll in there and buy a bunch of weird shit all the time. There was one by my house. There's nothing out here. We don't have any of that shit out here, by the way, Bob. Nothing. We don't have a fucking Walmart or a Target, Dollar Tree.
I do live across the street, actually, from, I believe, a Family Dollar.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So it's still, you got one out there? I'll drive out there.
Dollar Generals are everywhere.
Or maybe it's Dollar General. It's the yellow one.
Yeah, that's Dollar General.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is it still $1 there?
I mean, it's
I'll roll out there.
It's grim, like everything costs $1 inside.
Why? What's grim about that?
What's grim about the store?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
Have you been in one?
We used to go to one in Wilmington all the time, but
It smells like feet.
okay. Oh shit! You know what? We had one right across the street from our office in Wilmington. That's probably the last time I went. We used to buy all kinds of shit there.
For a lot of small towns, especially in Texas, like you get to West Texas, it's the only option to buy groceries.
Oklahoma too.
Yeah.
Driving through Oklahoma and shit. Ugh, fucking
Yeah.
all Dollar Generals. Yeah, I don't know. All the aisles are way narrower than a normal grocery store, which is ironic given the average size of the customer.
Sure.
It feels like they have a ton of name brand stuff there, but it feels like it all came from stores where they couldn't sell it, and it's like a day before it's expiring.
It's got a dent in the can.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
yeah. Its freezer section is extremely suspect to me. Like, I feel like they only use old cadaver freezers for their
No,
pizzas.
Bob, those pizzas are good. Those little Totinos, dude. Those Totino pizzas, I butt fuck.
Here's how I know the marketing propaganda machine's working on you, Bob. The shit in those freezers is just as poison as the shit in the freezers at HEB. Shouldn't buy anything from either one of those places.
Come on.
From HEB, yes, but not from the freezer.
Oh, the freezer section of it. Okay. But yeah, you can throw me some little Totinos in there all the time. So there was one right across the street from our Wilmington office. And we used to get all kinds of shit there all the time, man. I would see the wildest people in there. Holy shit. It was always, you got to carry when walking in there for sure. That just because of the location of us. But out by where you live, you're fine over there. I'll pop into that Dollar General there. Is the General still working there? Is he the manager?
Yes. The manager does.
He got demoted, though, I think.
Did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a lieutenant colonel now. Doesn't really roll off the tongue the same, Lieutenant Colonel Tree.
Or Dollar Lieutenant Colonel. I'm down, but I'm sure. Have you guys been there in a pinch? You've never, yeah. I was gonna say.
When there was one in this basically the same parking lot that we were in, I would go in and get an energy drink.
I would go there all the time.
Or gum or something, but not food.
Yeah, I got food in there. I'm not kidding. I got Totino's pizzas in there. I got little Totino's pizzas in there.
I mean, that's just MSG. It's fine.
Don't care.
No, I don't think MSG is that bad for you. It's the other stuff like BHA. There's a lot of endocrine disruptors in there.
Okay.
What are you going to do, man?
Nothing, man.
There's endocrine disruptors on receipts as well, which is why anytime anybody tries to hand me a receipt, I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you want a receipt with that? Like, no, I'm good. It was $7.
I said this the other day, but there's times you do want to clear out the system and just kind of fucking blow it out. Where you're just like, all right, cool. Like, I gotta go to Los Angeles, so I went to Panda Express last night. I knew exactly what I was getting into. Now, mind you, wife and kids are gone, so it's just me in the house. So I can just really take my time in there.
What'd you get?
Fucking blow it out. I got the.
Oh, you went to the Panda Express?
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
I didn't inside. I got it to
okay,
go.
yeah.
So they have a drive-through, which is shocking to me. Any Chinese joint that has a drive-through, I don't know that you should trust it all that much. But again, I knew what I was getting into. So I got that walnut shrimp and I got the fried rice. And then I got the chicken egg rolls and then the hot spicy mustard. And I was prepared. Like I had stretched, I did all my calisthenics, everything before I ate the meal. Because I knew it was a 15-minute egg timer there of like, I'm going to be sprinting to the bathroom, just blowing it out. And it did not disappoint there. Absolute paint job on that fucking porcelain downstairs. And it's just to clear out the system. But I also enjoy the taste of it. Like I did enjoy the meal.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to shit on Panda Express.
It's chemicals that were designed in a lab to taste good.
They were great.
To trick your brain into thinking it's food.
It's great,
right?
dude. It was so good. It was so fucking good, that walnut shrimp. And I like to the point where, because they got that orange chicken too. And that's also just a diarrhea maker.
Yeah.
You know, made sure the plunger was in that bathroom, you know, and a poop axe was next to it just in case. But it was like a fucking salad shooter coming out, you know, just everywhere. It could have been a Twister, the new remake of Twister.
I feel like we need to make a butthole suppressor.
Like silence it?
Yeah, it's like not the noise.
Okay.
Right? Like just to focus all the energy down so it doesn't get up underneath the toilet seat. That's so annoying having to clean that shit.
I know. Because you're reaching parts of the bowl that shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
you're just
right.
like,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Because you got to wipe it down. Otherwise, if somebody comes in and sees you shitting, like an aggressive shit like that, when it's in different parts of the bowl so high up,
Oh, yeah.
then you're a fucking disgusting human being.
Yeah, somebody did that to one of our Airbnbs one time. It was a woman that did it to
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, my concern is if we make this device and it focuses all the energy into too specific of a location, it's going to start cutting through the porcelain. Like a laser, right? Mm-hmm. A turd laser. And that's not great. Because then a plunger's not going to help you.
No, it's going to penetrate that porcelain, dude. It's going to crack up. I told you about Jared's girlfriend, right? I walk into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And our women's room over here is it's a 2-door in there, and that's it, right? It's a women's room. The men's room has the urinal and the toilet. Somebody was in there after the show. I'll usually go and piss in there after the show, and she sprinted in there and sat down next to me. Now, I'm in the stall, and I can't really move out of there because I don't want it to be creepy. Like, oh, man, maybe I'm trying to look in there or anything else. And just absolutely unleashed.
Good for her.
A fucking Cat 5 in that toilet, dude. And then
a turticane is what that is. See, that's the problem. The concentrated energy of your asshole is powerful, man. It's powerful not only physically but socially as well. You know what I mean? Like how many people out there carried nicknames? Probably not so much anymore these days, but kids that grew up when I did in the 80s and when you did in the 1940s,
Nope.
you make one bathroom-related mistake and you carry that nickname into adulthood sometimes.
You do.
You know what I mean?
You
Very
do.
dangerous.
And so here's what I did because I'm a gentleman, right? So I feel bad at this point.
All you can do is sit down next to her and take an even louder shit.
No, it wasn't that because I didn't have to shit. So what I did was I pissed and then I just put the lid down and then I sat on it until she was done, cleaned herself up, and then walked out of there because I didn't want her to know that I was in there because that would be an embarrassing thing. Obviously, she doesn't listen to this show, so it doesn't fucking matter. But that would be an embarrassing thing to just absolutely obliterate a toilet in front of your best friends. And then the other part too is when we were after the show ended for the next show because we record 3 or 4 a day here. I walked back in there. There was pills all over the floor. Now you and I do the same thing every time we see pills.
I look them up on the internet to
Correct.
see if they're opiates.
Yes.
And then if they are, I take them.
Yes, every single time. Every single time. So I screenshotted it, pulled it up, and because it was a small white pill, and I was like, oh shit, maybe these are oxys. Maybe there's something fun, right? They weren't. They were diarrhea pills, dude, and they're prescribed by a doctor. See, these weren't like over the counter.
So maybe she's a crony, like
she might
Delco over there.
be a Crohn's bro, dude, and we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't even know if Jared's still dating her, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But
I don't care.
But she might have been a Crohn's bro. Did you ever have to take tiny white pills like that?
Up the ass, yeah.
Was it rectal? So that's maybe why they were on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
What do you think? She's trying to drop them in like a marshmallow and she missed a couple times?
Yeah.
Like she's trying to pop them in her butthole?
Or you get a little too antsy up there, and then all of a sudden it's a rush of Rhea. It's like the Nile River pouring out of there, and there's no going back. Once it hits the dunes and the sands, you got to warn the villagers because there's about to be a fucking mud bath in there. And it got intense. But as a friend and as a best friend, I sat there. I pulled my shirt up over my nose, and I endured it for a good 5 to 8 minutes. Let her leave, and then didn't let her know. And then what I did was I walked out the front door and then entered through the side, so it looked like I was just coming into work for the first time. And she reached out to shake my hand and said, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." And I gave her a fist bump, because I didn't, I didn't want to be that close. To
What if you smelled her hand?
Well, here's the thing. I thought, because you know when you take a real fucking stinker, dude, that it sometimes it attaches to your clothing, where you're like, God damn it, dude, I can smell this in my clothes. I didn't want to get that close to her in case that happened either, so I gave her that Howie Mandel fist pump.
That's why if I'm on a long road trip and I've been farting the whole way, I'll get out and stretch first before I go see anybody.
Go to a Dollar Tree and Febreze yourself, dude, a little bit before you go in there. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to air that out, dude, and play Life is a Highway by Tommy Cox. Tommy Cochran to get that out of there. Holy shit, man. But look, that's what we do for friendship. But I was a bro, though, and I told him afterwards. I said, hey, man, I just want to let you know. Homegirl was back there duking out her fucking brains. So if shit gets wild in the bedroom later and you smell that, I at least wanted to know that as a bro, I gave you a heads up on that, you know?
That's not a problem for me. As long as
That's what he said.
As long as it's clean before I put my wiener in there.
That's what he said.
I don't give a
He
shit.
goes,
The hell do I
dude,
care?
he goes, look at how hot she is. He said, I don't give a fuck. She's in there shitting all day. And I was like, all right, cool, man. I just wanted to give you a heads up as a bro, though, you know? I don't want to leave you hanging out there in case you got in the bedroom. Clothes started coming off, and you're like, what's that stink, dude? What is that? I want to let you know. There was a fucking turricane in there. What would you call it? A turdnado?
A turricane.
Turricane?
Yeah.
Turdnado?
But watch out for tornadoes.
Yeah, because it's wet.
Yeah.
Tornado's not really wetness associated.
Well,
with
so you
tornado.
might create a tornado though if you put that fucking butthole suppressor on. That's my concern about this. A lot of times we think we're gonna outsmart nature, and then we create an even bigger problem than existed before, like gain of function research, for example, and then we fucking give the whole world a goddamn disease. Just leave it alone. Let God sort out the buttholes. You know what I mean?
Let God sort out the buttholes.
Look, life finds a way.
It does, dude. Pop up that picture of Polio Paul again. God damn it, dude. Why would you live like this? I just don't understand it, man. I mean, I absolutely don't fucking understand it.
Would you rather eat that Japanese chef's
Penis?
cooked wiener or suck this guy's living dick?
Is there a dick hatch? Is there a dick hatch on this thing?
Yeah, is there
I see 4 holes down
Yeah.
4 hatches over there.
is there a cock hatch?
It's weird how it's the shape of a human head.
Bon appetit. I'm eating that fucking balls and cooked wiener.
Wait, so what's the option here? I got a
You either blow this guy's living dick or
Okay.
you eat the Japanese guy's severed.
Cut off dick. It's already cooked. I'm just gonna cook dick.
Is it cooked?
I'd eat the dick.
I'd eat the dick, too.
Instead of like, there's nothing gay about that. That's just food.
Could you imagine the smell inside of that fucking chamber, dude?
I assume
God damn
it smells like shit and semen, just like a gay man's apartment.
Yeah.
Also, how many living people could say they ate a dick, a human dick?
It's true.
Barbecue.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
from Haiti.
I mean, you should, if you're gonna cannibalize somebody, you should go dick first. I think.
And
Start with the best part, obviously.
You got to think the ass cheek too.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
that muscle gets used a lot though, so it's probably gonna be really tough, right?
Like a pulled pork, I would imagine. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
well,
fat
if
on
you
the
go
ass.
slow and low,
Sure.
cook it slow and low. Yeah, 205 for about 6 hours. I think it would be fine, right? Make sure you brine it overnight in apple cider vinegar and salt and shit like that. But I don't know, man.
Throw it on a Hawaiian roll.
Sure. And just get loose with it there. But the stink inside that fucking chamber,
The stink inside. That's the name of your sex tape.
or that's the name of the documentary, The Stink Inside. Pop,
Of this guy's documentary.
Pop this picture up one more time, Bo. I really want to remind the audience of what this guy would live through for 70 fucking years, dude. God damn it.
He probably doesn't even smell it anymore.
No. After 70 years, you're used to it.
You would think so, yeah. Because people live in like. Do you remember Jinkum?
Jinkum? Who's Jinkum?
Bob, you know what I'm talking about.
I do not.
JEN, as in November.
Yeah.
KEM, one word. Jinkum. Go ahead and navigate to that and read what it is.
Come on, man.
But another.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what else it was called after he explains it. 'cause I don't wanna
Read
ruin
the
it.
definite.
It's a inhalant and hallucinogen created from fermented human waste.
Whoa, dude.
Find some photos of people doing it because it is
Holy
real.
shit.
So you would shit into a fucking jar.
Okay.
And then put a balloon on top of it, so
Yeah.
when it off gases, it captures the gas, and then you inhale the gas to get high.
Yeah. So here's
It's also called butt hash.
Come on, man. And this is a kid doing this right here?
yeah, he's huffing his own shit.
Hey, it's organic.
That's a level I could never go to.
It's organic. It's fucking your carbon footprint is very low. It doesn't support the cartels.
Oh.
You know, like that's the only reason that I've cut back on my cocaine use is because I don't want to support the cartels too much.
No, I understand that. And that's look at those. Those are
Butt
those are
hash.
Borgs full of shit. And then where do you inhale though, Bob?
Into your lungs. That's how inhaling works.
No, I know, but what's the? I see the rubber balloon on
kid-
top.
Yeah, so you pull the
straw.
balloon off, and then you fucking
Yeah.
No
like
way.
helium. Yeah. Have you really never heard of this?
No.
How have you gone
First
your
time.
entire adult life without hearing about this? It was a
do.
huge meme back in the day. And I think it started the maybe there's an Urban Dictionary on this or something, or a Wikipedia entry maybe, which would be hilarious if there's a Wikipedia. But I think it started in some like West African country where they were next to a dump and people were getting high from the fumes, so they started doing it on purpose.
No shit.
I think so. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
There's a picture, Bob. Put this up on the screen. Is a guy? It just says addict there, and he's an addict of smelling his own shit.
Jankum ruins lives, dude.
Bob, had you never heard of Jenkum before this?
No.
Delco?
No, it's a no from Delco too,
Wow.
man. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys missed this
I'm
one.
pissed that I don't know about this. Like I'm angry at myself right now. Shit.
I
dude.
am definitely.
What's
so,
where it says what's the derivative here? Where is this from?
The term Jankum evolved from a popular glue brand known as Gankum. Sniffing this glue was particular to children in South Africa, but later became a major trend amongst Zambians as well.
Oh, Zambian. That's not West Africa at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like that's, I guess, where it came from. Jankum in America. Here's a... Can we play this? Or no?
Yeah, I would imagine it's
that's
old enough,
old.
right?
Yeah, that's
God,
old.
Play it. Are they going to ding us for Jenkum? That's our shit video.
Look at this guy.
There is a shocking heads up for parents about teen drug use. One Florida Sheriff's Department warns there's a new way for your kids
Of course
to get
it's
high.
fucking Florida.
As Fox 30's
Turn
Jack
this
Miller
up.
reports, they're using raw sewage.
The Washington Post, The Drudge Report, and Inside Edition are all talking about Jenkum.
They could be...
Butt hash. Jack Miller, Fox 30 News.
Yes. Fucking butt hash.
Fuck off. This guy said this live on air. Butt hash. Here's a serious journalist too, out on the streets. Butt hash.
Just
He
for-
had to end his segment with butt hash.
For everybody, wait, is that Jenkum sauce?
From Popeyes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Jenkum sauce from Popeyes.
For people who think that America has just gone to shit the last 5 years, it's been going to shit for some time, just to be clear. And a lot of it has happened in Florida. Do you remember when Florida, like before everybody only cared about fucking gay ass politics bullshit, Florida was the joke,
yeah.
right? But even before the Florida man meme.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Florida. Okay, yeah. Because all the dumb shit in the world happened in Florida. People trying to rob liquor stores with a goddamn alligator.
It's a better place.
Or that crocodile drug that was like literally eating people's skin.
Oh, yeah.
And now there's a new one that's fucking people up too, also in Florida. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on down there?
It just starts in Florida.
It's hot. And so you're willing to experiment
We're just trendy. We get ahead of the curve.
You are. I like how you're identifying that as your home state.
Yeah, I'm Florida Dan.
Yeah, I get it. Is that where you're going to end up at the end of this, I think?
1,000%.
Yeah. I get it. I understand it. Holy Christ, man. Every show. I can't believe we get worse and worse, but we do. Let's get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. Go to drinkinbros.com and submit if you're over there. Bob, pull up drinkinbros.com. The merch store is live. And, well, shit, man, the yard signs are almost sold out or maybe sold out right now. I don't have the screen in front of me here, but we got the Creed 2024 shirts up, hoodies, hats, Hard AF Seltzer merch. It is loaded in there. Crime Corner's in there. The Drinkin' Bros foam hat. That's my fave there. Did he call it Ross's Drinkin' Bros foam hat? That is my favorite hat. I like it. Shout out to fucking homeboy for doing
I think we've
that
got
for
some
me.
black ones coming out as well in that. And then there's a new...
Goof Juice?
There's a new shirt. If you go to new apparel or sort by new to old in the apparel section.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right there, the gray one.
Yep.
Top left. It's a guillotine, and it says all enemies foreign and domestic. Just to let people know that you aren't a fan of politicians.
Yeah. And you can chop off heads and stuff. Super soft butter soft teas over there, dude. Load up at drinkinbros.com. And then while you're there, you can submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week, and we will read it live on air. It comes to our email here.
Yeah, as you recall, we announced the winner of the Olive Garden contest on Thursday.
Yep.
The next contest is you have between March 17th and April 1st to sign up for the Bro Box. And this includes people who are already signed up. It isn't just for new people, it's everybody. If you're signed up for the April Bro Box by April 1st, you go into another drawing, and that's for free tickets to the Minds.com conference here in Austin.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Which I'll be speaking at.
You'll be speaking at Tim Pool. A bunch of people will be there at the Vulcan, and looking forward to that. Today's Drinkin' Bros submission was Robert Neasley. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. Probably did. From Florida, ironically. Yeah! What are the chances? Give him a round of applause. There you go. Or a ham horn, whatever.
I feel like we need to sell it back to the Spanish.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
See how they can do with it.
All right. Listeners since 2019 is nominating Tracy Neasley, who's living. After 17 years of being in the infantry and law enforcement and putting up with my shit for 22 years, raising our wonderful demon Spawn with little to no help, she finally had the opportunity to finish her degree in accounting, and she kicked the shit out of it. We are all so proud of her and can't wait to see what she does next. I love you. You are amazing. She's so awesome that even she knows we, Drinkin' Bros, in parentheses there, are all dirt bags. She said the next time we drive from Florida to California, we're going to stop by the studio and rage in Austin. Please do. We're here. We got plenty of Hard AF Seltzer for you guys, and we usually give out merch whenever you come through. We get hats and all that fun stuff at the front. And plus, we love seeing you here in person, and we like to bring you up on camera in person to give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week. If you in our or around the area of Austin, pop on in. We'd love to see you guys. In the meantime, if you're at home and can't make it here, you can still contribute. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. That's all the fucking advertisers care about. Just do it, all right? We're close. We're getting close to 10,000 on each of these goddamn things, okay? For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Podcast. Good night, everyone.